apologise. Basically, I'm testing a new system, and what better way to test it than actually do a live show, right? Yeah. So we're just going to start the show today with the teaser video, or the taster. Is it a taster or a teaser? From last Monday's release, and then we'll get into it. And there you have it. A nice bit at the end where it was like, what's going on? I don't know. So there's some interesting. This is kind of a new camera, and there seems to be some beauty settings on it. Not saying I look beautiful, but it's doing something weird to my skin, which is I keep looking over here because that's my monitor over there, which is a bit weird. So today's show is going to be a little bit different. Firstly, it's on at lunchtime. Fantastic. I don't know what things are going to mess up, basically. Fun. I'm using a Mac Mini with the M1 chip, and things aren't meant to work well. And I was like, it'll be fine. So I'm using OBS 26.1.2, and things seem to be okay. Obviously, it's running through Rosetta 2, I believe it's called. I'm using... let's go to this screen. Yep. Some of the camera angles aren't quite lined up because I was running late, basically. Issues began, and I was like, why isn't that working? Basically, I don't know if it's Big Sur. Actually, it probably is. Sword, how the fuck are you? Sorry for my French, I don't know. I just felt the need to say it like that. It's good to see you again, Sword. Yeah, I don't know if you sent me a message on Twitch. So, Sword, today's going to be a little bit different because I'm testing my Mac Mini. However, because you're here, I'm going to adapt it so I can answer any questions that need to be answered. So yeah, I'm using a Mac Mini. I've got Ableton Live 11, which should be working with the new M1 chip. And we're just going to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I've never even plugged my cameras and stuff into all this. So this is a work in progress, as I do like saying. So, Sword, do you have any questions from yesterday? I take it you downloaded Ableton 11, and you may have had a quick look at it. What questions do you have? While I'm waiting, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Yeah, I don't normally do my streams this early, but Sword, where... it feels really weird to call you Sword. Can I call you something else? Like... Do you have a real name? Just realised how tired I look. And also, before you arrived, I don't know if you saw it, but basically this camera has got some kind of weird, like, beauty effect. Because my skin doesn't look that good, normally. Mind you, my beard doesn't look that grey. No, it does. I think... Anyway, I digress. Oh, coffee is good. So yeah, Sword. Firstly, what questions? Axe. Okay, as in Axel, maybe. I'll call you Axe. I must apologise later on if there's more people on and I just see Sword pop up, I'll probably get confused and just call you Sword. So I will apologise in advance. Right, yeah, so what questions do you have if you opened up Ableton? In fact, something just popped to my mind. Maybe I can share with you a template that I use to get ideas down really fast. Actually, I've just realised that template probably won't work because I've got extra plugins. You may not know what plugins are. So, it's funny when you start talking about things, you're like, oh yeah, I need to start talking about that. So, basically, Ableton, the program, it's a DAW. It's a digital audio workstation. And all it does is turn things on and off. You have to load in sounds, and the sounds might be audio, as in like a recording. Like if I record this, I then put it into Ableton, and that could be a snare drum, for example. And that, by the way, that is something that I do sometimes where people send in sounds. Somebody called Dex, I think it was, sent in some beatboxing, and I created a really quick track around that. And I must stipulate or reiterate that when I'm creating these tracks, they are not the finished product. They are simply an idea I throw down and I may work on later. But the idea is, if we throw enough ideas down, some of them are going to be good. Some of them are going to be shit. So, I hope you're with me on that one. So yeah, right. When you have some questions, just ask, and I'm going to carry on, and I'm just going to explain in a bit more detail. Oh yeah, backtrack, sorry. Plugins. So, this here is a plugin, and you can control and manipulate sound. There are different kinds of plugin, and we can get into them later. For example, you might have this Nimbus is a reverb plugin. And what reverb is, if you don't know, if you are in a cathedral and you clap your hands, you'll hear the sound bounce off the walls and reverberate, hence reverb. We use a lot of delay as well. And delay is a little bit different because it tends to be where the sound is bouncing a lot slower. Slower. That would be delay. Whereas reverb, the sound, I think I'm right in saying, but I could be wrong, the sound bounces a hell of a lot faster, so it can't sound like a continuous thing. You don't necessarily need to know all these things now, and it's a lot easier. You'll hear it, basically. You'll hear the difference, and you'll be like, oh, well, why don't you just show me? So I'm going to just, this is a test. This is a test. Please do let me know if the voice or the sounds that I play, if they're like too loud or anything like that. Somebody said that sometimes the voice is too loud and the actual sound is too quiet. I couldn't download it yesterday. I'm downloading it now. Cool. Okay. So basically, you will download the program, and there may be some sounds in it, but the full version has gigabytes and gigabytes of sounds. It's got like 90 gigabyte or something. Lost my coffee there. Sword. I mean, Axe. I'm really glad that we came on now, because I felt like I should have carried on answering you from yesterday when you said the next live stream. This was totally unplanned. What time zone are you in? Actually, maybe not time zone, but basically I'm Paris, France time. So it's 10 to 1 in the afternoon here. And I'm just interested to know what time zone you're in, when is a good time to get you to explain things and whatnot. So, I am actually going to delete all these. And actually, no, let's start totally afresh. Up here, new live set. Don't save. Right. That may be the first thing that you see. And I'm just going to get it onto here. This may be the first thing that you see, right? I'm going to move that over so you can see everything. This is the master volume. So when I play a sound, actually, there's no sound yet. Brilliant. Because, obviously, I haven't loaded anything in yet. So what we're going to do, this fella here, I don't know. I checked and I found I'm in golf time yesterday. Golf time? Ah. So where are you on the planet? Where is where is your nearest big city? I'm quite close to Geneva, actually, in Switzerland. Golf time. That kind of makes me think of like Egypt, that kind of area. Golf Standard Time. Yeah, that'd be interesting to know that. At the moment, time zones confuse me, but I just haven't had to deal with them much. So we have this here. These are audio channels, like I put in a recording of me clicking, for example, and these are MIDI channels. And in a MIDI channel, you can't put in recordings of like my voice, for example, or something like that. This fella here, when we click on that, oh, hang on. I just realized I've got two screens and I had my cursor on a different screen and you couldn't see the cursor. So these are audio channels which have sounds in, or could have sounds in, but at the moment they have nothing. These are MIDI channels. MIDI channels simply they kind of just play on or off. It makes more sense. Oh, right, United Arab Emirates. Oh, cool. Very good. So if we click this fella here, this opens up this, and then we can click on sounds, and a lot of these sounds might be MIDI sounds or they might be audio sounds, but in fact, let's click on drums, which is down here, right? And I'm going to click on that. I prefer that one for some reason. If you don't hear the preview when you click on it, then this headphone thing here, you just turn that on and you can hear it, right? Right, so I'm on a Mac, so I click and drag that into a MIDI channel. Now, just for a test, I'm going to click and drag that into an audio channel. Ah, okay. See at the bottom? Ah, you can't see it. Okay. Basically, you get a message. I'm just going to move this up. If you attempt to put MIDI into an audio channel, you will get this message. I'm going to lower that. You'll get this message. Only audio effects can be inserted into an audio rack. So there you go. You can either drop that into MIDI, or where it says drop, I'm going to change that. You can either drop it into MIDI, or where it says drop files here, let go, and then it will actually create that of its own file. So I'm actually going to delete. I've clicked on that, delete, clicked on that, delete, clicked on that, delete, clicked on that, delete. It may actually be better. Oh, where's my face? There's my face. it may actually be better if you just delete all of those things that were there, and then it's less confusing. Then you just drop the sound in, and it just pops up being either audio or MIDI. Are you still with me, Axel? Are you still with me? So we now have here, I have, by the way, a controller. If I go onto the main screen, this is called a Push 2 by Ableton, and it's just a controller. It's kind of like a literal keyboard, but it's just a bit more fancy. And when I hit things, in fact, I've just realized that part of that is missing. So I'm just going to move that. Oh, you're downloading it. Okay. The download may take a long time. I'm going to give you a quick overview. And yeah, then we can do this again or something. And even, it might be possible if I was on a phone or an iPad or something, and then you can actually have Ableton up and I can kind of talk you through stuff, which might be fun. Yeah, I could actually do it where I do introductory sessions. So anyway, I've dropped some drums in. The next thing I'm going to do is get the screen up. And I'm here. I'm going to click on sounds. And we want bass. So I go over to here, click on that triangle, bass. I'm just going to randomly pick a bass. Sounds like a foghorn. I've left clicked and dragged that here, let go, and then the bass turns up. And if I click on that one, my controller will then control the sounds there. If I click that, it controls the sounds there, right? So you don't have to get the controller that I have. You can get just basically what's called a MIDI keyboard controller, and you can get them really cheaply. So we've got a couple of sounds there. Now, I just remembered you may not actually have a controller keyboard yet. So this down here, samples. A sample is, you can see these are .aif. So they're kind of like MP3s or WAV files. So they are audio. Let's have a listen.
Don't care, don't care, don't care.
Right, just for fun, I'm going to drop that into there. I'm going to drop that into... Oh, that didn't work, that female vocal.
Don't care.
Okay, right. These are, again, I do a lot of stuff on my Push too, so I'm actually discovering how to do this as well. When you click on these samples, the AIF files...
Do you think about me? Do you think about me?
That's really quite loud, isn't it? When you click and drag, you have to drop them a little bit lower here, like that. Does that make sense? Right, we've now got some sounds there, and I'm going to get rid of that. And basically, I'm going to record some stuff in. So let me think. I might actually put that under there and get rid of that. These are loops. They will just loop around endlessly. They'll just keep going from the start. So, for example, if I play this by pressing this button, it downloaded. Ooh, okay. I just need to turn that volume down because it's really quite loud for me.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
Okay, So, yeah, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to program in on here. Let's get this view up. I'm just going to play some beats along. By the way, I must apologize for this camera because the light is coming through the window. I've got the light turned up really bright, but it's not really making much difference because there's so much light coming through that back window. There's something I must do about that. I just haven't figured out what it is yet. So, yeah, I'm going to press record and then record something over it.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
So I played something, and before the sequence finished, I pressed record again so that it would start to loop around. And I'm now pressing quantize so that if anything I played was out of time, it just puts it back in time. And let's play.
Don't care, don't care.
So these here are volume sliders. Let's move back over to here. These are the level sliders. So this and this here is a solo button. And when I press that, then I only hear this channel. That's what I just programmed in. And when I press solo again,
don't care,
everything comes
don't
in.
care, don't care.
So basically, I'm just going to talk you through some things, and you're going to play around with it. Because otherwise we will be here for hours. And this was meant to be a quick test. Yeah, so basically you're going to have a little play around with it, but I'm just sort of doing some demonstrations for now. So these here are the volume sliders. I've just pressed play, and I'm going to turn that up. And this level here, you never want it to get past to change color. Like if I do that, see it changes color? That's bad. Bring it down. You press stop and start again. You always want that a little bit minus. And if I turn that up, and then turn that up, and then I can actually change the level of things, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to quickly record in some sort of bass line.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
Right, that main volume is going into the red,
Don't care,
so I'm turning that down.
don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't care, 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 don't care.
So I just recorded in real simple bass line. Yeah, so we've kind of got some ideas here. Now, when you've recorded in some loops, either by dragging, like I said, these samples in, or actually playing sounds in, then I'm just going to press that and close it again. When you've got some loops in here, then you can press the tab button on your keyboard and it will bring it to this arrangement view, which you would have seen yesterday. And I'm going to click on that to close that. I'm going to go to here, left click to get rid of that. Now, the samples that I just made, I'm going to record them into here. So I just recorded some of those in. This button here, oh, you can't see that, yes, yeah. This button here, do you see how stuff's grayed out and all these lines are here? you at the moment you don't need to know too much about that, but if you click this button, it means that I'm able to control these a little bit better, and you'll see why in a bit. That's not a great explanation, I know. So just get my face back up. And if I select all of that and I move over to here, I'm able to drag that across, and then it will play from left to right. Okay? Now, I might be like, well, I want the drums and the female voice to start. So if I go over to here, I can just slide those across. In fact, no, I'm going to start with this Egyptian sound and the female voice. And then, so if we listen to that, oh, if I press this stop button a couple of times, it takes me back to the start. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, and see the drums are going to come in here. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. And then the bass is going to come in here. Oh, the bass wasn't quite lined up. And then the bass is going to come in here, right? Now I might be like, well, this voice is getting boring. So I can click there. You see I just clicked there? And if you have a Mac, you press Command and E, and it will split that. And then I'm able to move this across to here and move it across like that. So when I click here and then press play, right, you can press play here, but I'm actually pressing play. I press play here, but it doesn't matter too much, but that's just because it's close to me. So I press play, and we've just now got the bass line and the rhythm. In fact, I'm going to click here, Command E to split it again, and move that across. So we've just got the drums and the bass. Does that make sense? Oh, I just noticed a really strange thing with the drums. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. I'm now looking to what I programmed in, by the way. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Okay. I can explain that later. Basically, I just edited some of the sounds there. So, do you see that with these loops that I bought in, I'm able to just move them about and bring stuff in and out as I want to. So, if I'm here, these two things are playing. And then here, I might want this Egyptian beats to come in. I can rename that if I want. And then the voice, the woman's voice can come in a bit later. That's a very long sample. Okay, that's cool. And I'm now moving that across. And then maybe we'll actually end with that a little bit. I can now actually demonstrate as well what reverb is. So I'm going to go over here, press S, which means that this will solo, which means it only plays on its own. Click here, because I want to play it from here. Press play. You can hear the vocal, right? Now this here, if I turn that up, it's going to add reverb. Can you hear the difference? turn that off. If I click here, it's going to add delay. So there's just some effects that are straight away that you can use. Now I just turn them up a little bit. So basically we have a super simple idea there, and it hasn't taken very long. Yeah, I would recommend that you start off with the samples. I'm just going to read your comment. Hang on. I'm going to try this program and I'll send you a tune if I make one. Yeah, cool. Okay. What we could do actually, if you wanted, on a live stream, maybe we could actually listen to it together and discuss what could be done to improve it if it needs improving. So yeah, you can send me a message on Twitch, and yeah, we can arrange a time that we have a listen to your track. Or if you're totally lost, then I'll give you a bit more guidance. Right. We're going to have a listen to this. It is time again to listen to my track that I put out on Monday. And just bear in mind that everything I've done here, there are a few extra things that I do, but I've essentially, this is how this track started, and I just changed things and tweaked things over time, just doing short sessions, and it created this track that I'm going to show you. So yeah, I'm just going to play this and then we'll have a listen to this, okay? Yeah, so there you have it. That track was one that I released on Monday, and using this program, and yeah, there's no sound on the track you made on Monday. Oh, there's no sound. So you just basically saw a video, right? That is, that's funny. So as I said, I'm testing a new system. Why would there be no sound? So at the moment, I'm just trying to figure out why there's no sound. And actually, the first thing I'm trying to figure out is how the hell I'm going to be able to listen to it, because I can hear sound, but you're not hearing it. Okay, I'm going to play this track that we did together, and then, yeah, then basically I'll come back. Oh, I'll come back and try and figure that out. Yeah, that's weird. Thank you for letting me know, by the way. Otherwise, I could be like, what am I looking at? There's no sound. Let's have a listen to this track. And by the way, I like to do this when I have a reaction to something that comes in. Just keep an eye out for my face, because I do kind of silly reactions sometimes. So let's have a listen to this. I'm going to put it on here, get rid of my face, and let's have a listen.
Don't care, 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 don't care.
Right, there you go. Super. Oh, I forgot to do reactions. I was thinking about something else. Super simple idea. But because we actually have a start and end to it, then other ideas may pop into our mind and go, oh, okay, well, I could do that. I could find some other vocals to put in there. There's a plethora, there's a word, of things that we can do, basically. Okay, so you don't have to stay on because I think I need to do some... Actually, I'm going to stop the stream and start again because then I can delete it and I'll only do it on YouTube or something. I need to delete... Sorry, I need to figure out why there's no sound coming out of that thing. Cool. Axe. Thank you so much for joining again. Have a play around. Send me a message on Twitch. Sorry, I was thinking I like the bass the most. Yeah, the bass line was cool. So basically, for example, we might be like, right, I don't want that female vocal. And I want different drums, and then we'll just throw some ideas of different drums in the bass line and stuff like that. Thank you much for joining. Let's do it again. By the way, Axe, did you get my welcome email? You signed up to my emailing list, didn't you? Did you get my welcome email? Because it's all automated, and I'm still figuring it out, like everything I'm doing. Did you get the email, basically, is my question. This delay is kind of a bit funny. I ask a question and then it takes time for the answers to pop up and stuff like that. While I'm waiting for your answer, I'm going to ponder on this. Why is that video... So... Axe, just tell me, does this work? Can you hear the sound on that? Is there sound on that? Yeah, just let me know if there's some sound on that. Actually, maybe I'll just do this on a separate video. Yeah, it's really weird that there's no sound. No, you can't hear anything. No. Okay, it must be something from my end. As I said, I have a new computer. And I'm testing things out. So everything else seems to work okay. But there's probably some permissions thing and I'm sure it's to do with VLC. Yeah, probably. Cool. So thank you so much, Axe, and let me know how you get on. Is this the email? Thanks for describing you. No. That email is Ableton live newsletter. The email you would have got from me, there's a video included in it because I don't type too much. I prefer to just do videos because it's a lot more personable. So you may have got a video from me. Anyway, we'll come to that. I've got to go now, but send me a message. Let me know how you get on, and then we'll continue. Okay, cool. Have a lovely day.